What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Seibelmania Friends podcast. I'm Seibelmania, and my friend today is actually my very good, close, personal friend. Well, he's not so close anymore because he moved away. It's my best friend, basically, since middle school. My bro, Wes. Wes, what up, brother?
Hey there.
Welcome to the Seibelmania Friends podcast. I do believe this is your first episode.
I do believe so.
So, welcome to the Seibelmania Friends podcast. Now, normally, ladies and gentlemen, I talk about wrestling on this show, and you might get a little conversation about it on this show. But Wesley is not the biggest fan of wrestling, like, at all. So, there will be minimal talk, if any, about that. But Wes and I, we're just going to kind of talk with one another as friends talk to each other, kind of shoot the shit, and hopefully we can get a decent podcast out of this, Wes.
Hope so.
I hope so, man. So, like I said, Wes is my good, close, personal friend. We've known each other since middle school. Should we tell the story of how we met one another?
Absolutely.
It's a very funny story. It's a very simple story. It really is. It was a story of a misunderstanding. I was introducing myself to another person, and I told that person my name is Christian, because my name is Christian. And Wes got all kinds of excited. I swear, he got a hard-on almost. He goes, "Who is Christian?" And I said, "Well, me, I'm Christian." And so he's like, "Dude, I'm Christian too." To which I replied, "That's cool. That's great. I have a friend with the same name as me now." And I didn't say that to him, but I thought that in my mind. So later on in the day, I see him in the hall, so I go up to him, I'm like, "Hey, Christian." And he doesn't respond at all. So I'm like, "Hey, Christian." Once again, no response. So I go up to him and I tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, "Dude, I called your name. What up?" And he goes, "You did?" "Yeah, I said Christian twice." "That's not my name." I'm like, you said it was a while ago." He's like, "No, I am a Christian. My name is Wes." I'm like, "Oh, really?" So that was the misunderstanding that Wes and I had. And it was a pretty funny misunderstanding. But that's how we became friends. And then, yeah, we've had a pretty fun relationship, wouldn't you say, Wes? A pretty fun friendship?
Oh, yeah? We did a lot of things, a lot of BSing.
Ooh, a lot of BSing. I remember the first time I met Wes's dad. Scared the shit out of me, dude. And he knew he scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Wes forgot his lunch money in the lunch line, and so I was going to pay for his lunch because I'm a nice person. And his dad comes in, and the teacher, Mrs. Cant, God, what a bitch she was. We'll get into that in a minute. But she comes into the lunch line, and she goes, "Christian, this is Wesley's father." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck." I'm like, "Hi, sir. Nice to meet you." And I shake his hand and everything. He goes, "Yeah, nice to meet you too, young man. Wes, here's your lunch check." Right? And he walked away. And Wesley, would you like to tell everybody what your dad said to you that night after you got home from school?
Yeah, he said, "I might have scared your friend a little bit."
Yeah, he did. He scared the crap out of me. Not a little bit. He scared the crap out of me. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Yeah, man, Mrs. Cant, she was one of the worst teachers I think we've ever had. Would you agree?
Yeah, she was different, that's for sure.
Oh, she was different, all right. She was, I don't think mentally she was all there. What up?
You know an ironic thing?
Yeah, what?
She was my elementary school teacher.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. Oh, my God. If she was that way in middle school, I can only imagine how she was in elementary school.
Yeah, actually, it was about the same.
Oh, fuck. Dude, how did you survive? Yeah, man. Mrs. Kant, she was mean. People wouldn't even be like talking or whatever, and she would just scream, "Stop talking!" I'm just like, calm down, bitch. Damn. You ain't gotta scream at us like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was she was just yeah, she was a card. Who was worse, her or Mrs. Brownell? If you remember her at all.
They're probably both but different.
Yeah, they were probably equal in different ways. Yeah. And then we had that para or whatever that's called, Irma. You remember Irma?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that bitch claimed I shoved her and I never touched her. Did you hear about that story, Wes? Have I ever told you that story?
I was there.
Yeah, we were in math class, and I tapped her on the shoulder, and what's that noise in the background?
Oh, my pa's cooking.
Oh, yeah, I tapped her on the shoulder, and I asked her if she could help me. I tap her on the shoulder, and she goes flying across the room. I'm like, what? She goes, "You just pushed me. You're going to the principal's office." I never pushed you. I never pushed her. And I think I got suspended for that. So it was stupid. Middle school sucked for me, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I got bullies coming from all different sides. I got the teachers bullying me. I got other kids bullying me. I was just... In middle school, I'd say I was a victim.
That's actually a really valid thing to say right there.
Yeah. All the way up until the final day, they wouldn't even let me graduate. I had to go to summer school. That was their last act of bullying me. Oh, we're not going to pass you. Go to summer school. You don't get a summer.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, how is that fair? I don't know. It sucked. High school. What's up?
They were going to say that you weren't going to go to Horizon.
High school was a lot better for me personally. I think, especially my senior year. Those were like the complete opposite of my middle school years. Those were like the best years of my life, junior and senior year. Junior year, Wes, that's where I met Nader. I didn't meet Nader in my junior year of high school. I met him before that, but that's when me and Nader really became really good, close personal friends. Is junior year. And,
yeah, totally.
Yeah. I can hear some clanging in the background there. You okay?
Yeah. I'm more of a listener than a talker.
Well, good thing you're on a podcast. Yeah. So, if you want to talk a little bit of wrestling, Wes, we could talk a bit of wrestling. I could tell you right now, AEW is, and I know you don't know what AEW is. It's basically the same thing as WWE, just with a completely different wrestling roster and management and all that stuff. So it's still sports entertainment essentially, but they're different than WWE, if that makes any sense.
Oh, so kind of like Raw.
No. Raw is a show under the WWE umbrella. AEW has nothing to do with the WWE. Get it?
Oh.
It's a completely different wrestling company. Like McDonald's and, say, Chili's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Entirely different.
Yeah. Well, okay, fine. Yeah, okay, whatever. Right now, I would say AEW is a lot better than WWE, just because on WWE you got their performers playing with dolls and swords and throwing. Well, they're not doing pancakes anymore, thank God. But yeah, you got wrestlers playing with dolls and swords and all that good stuff. Whereas on AEW, you actually have pro wrestling matches that really are really solid. Now, don't get me wrong, AEW does have its issues. Like their world champion is a guy who has wrestled blow-up dolls and 9-year-old girls and invisible people, but that's the world champion. But whatever. I'm sorry. I just can't get into that Kenny Omega guy. I'm sorry. That guy is.
From the sounds of it, I can't either.
Dude. Yeah, no. I don't know if I've ever told you this. This guy went to Japan to wrestle blow-up dolls, 9-year-old girls, and invisible people.
That's gross.
And you know what's even worse, Wes? There are people out there who defend him and say he's the greatest wrestler in the world. Like, legitimately, they say that and they believe it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? In what realm of Earth is a guy wrestling blow-up dolls and 9-year-old girl is the best wrestler in the world? It's not happening. I'm sitting there, I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah, there's a lot better people that deserve that title.
Facts. Kurt Angle, Olympic gold medalist, legitimately Olympic gold medalist, won the 1996 Olympic gold medal with a broken neck. Best wrestler in the world, that could be him. CM Punk, best in the world because he went from Indies to WWE and he made a name for himself. He could qualify as a best in the world. Daniel Bryan, great wrestler. He could be a best wrestler in the world type deal. Guys that are... What up?
This Olympic wrestler who beat Russia in the Summer Olympics of this year.
Okay, sure.
Made history.
Yeah. I think he actually might sign with WWE, that guy. I think his last name is Gable or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I guess he could qualify as the best wrestler in the world. I guess he could, yeah. Yeah, I think he could qualify as the best wrestler in the world type thing. Undertaker would, Undertaker I guess could qualify too, because he was a pretty good wrestler for a guy his size.
He was. He had a really good gimmick too.
Brock Lesnar could qualify. There's a lot of people that could qualify as the best wrestler in the world. CM Punk, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan, but.
You said his name wrong.
I'm sorry?
You forgot the in front of Buck Wrestler. It's the Buck Wrestler.
Oh, well, whatever. But Kenny Omega is the farthest thing from the best wrestler in the world. I'm sorry. But here's a question, Wes. Are you watching anything good on TV lately?
Captain America and the man, I forgot the other guy's name. I keep on wanting to call him the Hawk or something.
The Winter Falcon or the
Winter
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So you watch the Disney Plus stuff?
Totally, yeah.
Have you seen the Black Widow movie yet?
I have not yet.
Oh, my mom bought that movie. It was fucking awesome. We watched that with my nephews the other day. It was a really, really good movie. I loved it.
Awesome.
It gives you know who the Black Widow is, right, Wes? That's the chick that died in Infinity War or in Endgame. Spoiler warning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the
she
chick.
Was also freaking Iron Man's sidekick for a little bit.
Yeah. Yes, she was. Who's your favorite superhero of all time, Wes?
Best superhero of all time?
Who's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite.
Son.
Batman.
Yeah, you like Batman the best? For me,
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big fan of Superman. But the
Go
thing
fix.
is, they made Superman so freaking powerful, but yet he has all these weaknesses. Well, if he's that powerful, he shouldn't have any weaknesses. Am I right?
Right.
I mean, he's the Man of Steel. Steel doesn't have weaknesses. At least I don't think they do.
I was about to say that's debatable because anything too hot or too cold can break metal.
Well, okay, so we could talk about this too, especially because it's coming up. 9/11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy.
So first question about that. We could talk about 9/11. It's his 20th anniversary. Damn, 20 years ago. Holy crap. How did you find out about 9/11? Like, where were you?
I was doing homework.
Homework?
Mhm.
Were you in school or were you at home?
Thank you. I was at home.
When did you
9/11
find out
happened.
about 9/11? Did you find out after school or did you find out, like, right before you got home or right at school? Like, let me rephrase the question. Did you find out about 9/11, what was happening at school or maybe before school? Or did you find out after school at home?
Yeah,
On
I
the
found
news.
out after school at home. We had a half day that day.
Okay. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Tuesday. It was Tuesday. I guess Tuesdays are half days for some schools. Yeah, for me, man, 9/11. I was actually in school, and they went. I remember in school they went over the intercom, and I'm freaking 8 years old at this point, and so I'm innocent, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I hear over the intercom that a plane has just flown into the South Tower, or like a plane has flown to the World Trade Center, right? And to me, my mind was like, oh, okay, like I thought that like this, I thought the World Trade Center was some sort of like airport or whatever, and it just landed safely. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. And they announced it. I'm like, that must mean something to the school. I don't know, right? I don't know what's going on. Again, 8 years old. And then they announced a little later that another plane went to the other tower. And I'm like, okay, so 2 planes landed. That's a good thing, I think, right? And I didn't ask anybody any questions. I just kind of, in the back of my mind, that's kind of just what I thought. And then I saw, and then I looked around, and I saw my teachers were, I had one teacher crying, and the other teachers that I had, there were 3 teachers in there. One teacher was crying, and the other 2 were kind of scared. And one of them was just trying to keep class going. And a little later that day, my mom came and picked me up from school early. And I'm like, okay, this is a bit weird. I get to go home early, and my teachers are crying, and I don't know what the hell is going on, right? But hey, I get to go home early, so I got home, and she's like, CJ, just go in the basement with your sister and go watch cartoons. Please. I'm like, sweet, I get to go home early and watch cartoons? I don't know what's going on here, but okay, right? And
Right.
so we did, and then later that night, my parents called me and my sister up from the basement, and they're like, yeah, so here's what happened, kids. And they explained to us what had happened. And it was a scary moment. It was really scary. It was very, very scary. Yeah. And then you were talking about it depends on how hot something is, because we were talking about the Man of Steel Superman, and you said and I said he's steel's indestructible, it can't be destroyed. You said, well, it depends on how hot and cold it gets. Do you think that jet fuel could melt steel beams?
Totally can.
Okay.
100%.
So do you think that had it? Do you think that played a part in the towers coming down?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Okay. Now let me ask you this question, Wes. And we can get into the conspiracy theories too if you want to, because why the heck not? Do you think 9/11 was an inside job?
If you know what I know, you would know it was 100%. Because Osama was trained by us.
In the what?
Yeah.
Well, no, what'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Osama, we helped train Osama.
Okay. Wait, Osama helped train who?
We helped to train Osama bin Laden.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Wow.
Christian.
Yep. What up? What's up, Wes? You said my name?
Yeah.
Oh, everything okay?
So, can you put the podcast on pause, please?
Sure. One sec. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that long pause. Wes had to go and eat dinner, and I had to go and do a few chores of my own, including trash and dog poop, so yay. But hey, we're back for your entertainment, folks. And we were talking about if 9/11 was an inside job. Wesley said yes, he thinks it is. I do too. There's too many things that are questionable about it. My only thing that I don't want to believe is that our government would do something like that to us. I say I don't want to believe that, but yet it's our government. I mean, let's be real. And we're not going to get all political. We're not going to get all political, Wes. But, I mean, governments lie. Politicians lie. Facts?
Facts.
Facts. Yeah. Anyway, so we both believe 9/11 was an inside job. What'd you have for dinner?
Oh, I had a Cajun shrimp with fries. What did you have?
Ooh, I'm gonna have a cheese quesadilla. You know what that is?
Of course.
Okay, it's
One of my specialties.
cheese and tortillas, and that's basically all it is, folks. I'm a very, very, very picky eater. When I get a hamburger plain, I don't want lettuce, I don't want tomato, I don't want ketchup, I don't want mustard, I don't want pickles, I don't want onions, I don't want tomatoes, I don't want anything. Give me 2 buns and a slab of meat. You know what? Throw a piece of cheese on it. That's what I want.
The cheese better be melted.
Well, you can just put it on and let the cheese melt as you eat it too. That's what I usually do. And if I go to a Mexican restaurant, I don't eat Mexican food. I'm Mexican, I'm Hispanic, but I don't eat Mexican food. I usually get a burger or I get a cheese quesadilla. Yeah. How about you, Wes? Are you a picky eater?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Like picky like me or a little less picky?
Depends on my mood, really.
Oh God, your mood, that switches daily.
Yep, I'm a very emotional person. One of my character flaws is also one of my best traits.
Yeah, mine too. I it's funny, Wesley, because I did a try not to cry challenge just to myself out of boredom, but I did it the other night, a couple of weeks ago, and it was a like try not to cry Disney saddest moments reactions. Right? Actually, I did 2 of them. One was like saddest TV show series finales and saddest Disney movie moments. And on the saddest TV show finales. They showed one for Gravity Falls. And I have to tell everybody, I've never watched that show, Gravity Falls. Never seen it, don't know any of the characters. But goddamn, Wes, I watched that Try Not to Cry challenge, and they did like the final scene from that show. Bruh, never seen the show in my life, and yet I still bawled like a little bitch. Oh,
it's worse if you've seen the show.
Oh, I've seen it. I saw the series. I never seen the show. I saw the series. I saw that scene, and I cried for like a solid 5 to 10 minutes plus. Oh, it was bad. And then I did a Try Not to Cry Disney moments, top 10 saddest Disney moments. I was cool up until they played the Fox and the Hound scene, where the old woman drives the fox to the forest. And in that song, in that background, they had a song playing, "Goodbye may seem forever." Oh, I heard that song and I just lost my shit. Oh, I cried hard on that. Because it made me think of a lot of family members and pets that have passed away in my lifetime. My grandma, my 2 dogs, my cat, my hermit crab. Yeah. It just, that one just, you know what I mean? It hit.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's a video out by In the Clutch. Shout out to In the Clutch ENT on YouTube. You should go follow them. They have some great reactions. Shout out to Dub, Ross, and True Billy. Those are the guys that run the channel. They have a video out called "Try Not to Laugh at Bad Singing," Wes. And one of the clips that they played in this video of Try Not to Laugh was they had a bunch of these like TV show, they had like a TV talent show finalists come out to a football field, and they were singing, they sang, "You're simply the best." Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can find this clip. And Wes, if you can't hear it, that's all right, bro. You'll watch it on YouTube, and you'll be like, "What the hell?"
Facts.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm gonna show everybody the clip right now, just because it's something you just gotta watch.
En hier zijn ze.
Where is it? There we go. Oh, I hope you can hear this, Wes. But if you can't, that's cool. Like I said, you'll just watch it. So I got the video up, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to switch on over to that real quick. Okay. Ready for this, Wes? Hopefully you can hear this. Can you hear it?
Yes, sir.
My heart's on fire.
Did you catch that?
Yeah.
It gets even better.
When you come to me, everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises to the world of dreams.
This is all bad, is it not?
It's a little funny.
Oh, wait till you see the video clip. There's a kid in there. He's wearing a white shirt and black slacks.
Oh,
So hang on. Let me just describe the scene for you. There's a chick there's a chick in a dress. There's a chick who's dressed like a 70s chick. There's a dude who has slacks and a dress shirt. There's a dude with long blonde hair who's in a t-shirt and blue jeans. There's a fat he-she looking person. There's a guy in a red shirt and like brown pants. There's a guy in a suit jacket, black shirt and jeans, and a guy with a nice shirt and jeans. So there you go. And the he-she looks like Damien from Mean Girls. Have you ever seen Mean Girls?
Oh, yeah, who hasn't?
Okay. He looks like the gay guy from Mean Girls.
Fascinating.
And it can be wrong.
And the crowd is covering up their ears. Oh yeah, and the dude in the white in the white shirt and slacks is doing twirling.
Of course.
Yeah, this is like I'm not even gonna finish this clip. I'll leave a link in the description down below, so if you want to go check it out, it'll be right there. I recommend everybody go watch it if you're feeling sad. This video will make you die of laughter. I showed that to my parents last night, Wes, and I said, "Okay, guys, here's a try not to laugh challenge," and they were both so confident. "Oh, I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna laugh." Right? And I showed them the video, and then like 30 seconds in, they started dying of laughter. I'm like, "You're laughing. You're laughing." Yeah. You want to talk a little bit more wrestling here, real quick, and then I'll let you go? Wes? Hello? Did I lose you? Wes? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we lost Wes, so just hang on just a moment, folks. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, and look who I found.
Hey there.
I found Wes. He went away for a minute, but he's back now. Yeah, I was just going to ask, did you want to discuss a little bit more wrestling, and then I'll let you go?
Yeah, sure, we can discuss more wrestling.
Have I told you about this gimmick that they're doing right now, Alexa Bliss?
It sounds awful, but no.
Okay, well, no. First of all, Alexa Bliss is not the gimmick. Alexa Bliss is the name of the wrestler. So it's not an actual gimmick. She's a wrestler. Her name is Alexa Bliss. And her gimmick is like Harley Quinn meets Chucky. Sort of.
Be original. Be original.
The original Harley Quinn? I don't know.
No, I said she needs to be original.
Oh, no. This isn't something that she can control. It's not within her hands. It's WWE gave her this gimmick.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah. Well, what happened, so actually there was a wrestler named Bray Wyatt, and he had a gimmick where it was Mr. Rogers, but at some points he became like fucking Michael Myers, right? And you've seen the mask. I've shown you the mask. It's like that scary clown mask.
Yeah, I loved it. It was very original.
Yeah, it was cool. It was dope, right? So it was that. It was a Mr. Rogers meets that kind of character, meets like Michael Myers, and he was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type thing, right? One minute he's like this, like happy-go-lucky children's show host, and in a minute, I'm gonna fucking murder you, type deal, right? And I'm sorry, I can't get that video out of my head now. So Alexa Bliss was kind of like his sidekick at first, okay? She was his sidekick, And she was a crazy little girl, you know. She had a doll. She swung on swing sets. She did all kinds of stuff. And they fired Bray Wyatt, and so they still had Alexa Bliss using this gimmick. And they had a segment like 2 months ago on Raw where she was in the back swinging on her swing set with her doll in her hand, and this wrestler who is a legitimate like MMA fighter chick, she comes up and she goes, "Look at you, I hate your stupid doll," right? And Alexa Bliss is like, "You need to apologize for calling Lily stupid." And the chick is like, "I'm not going to apologize because did I mention the doll's stupid?" So then the next week on Raw, Alexa Bliss calls out Shayna, and she says, Shayna Baszler was the MMA chick I was referring to. So she calls out Shayna, and Shayna comes out, and Alexa Bliss tells her, "You need to apologize to Lily for calling her stupid." And Shayna Baszler says again, "I'm not going to apologize for calling your stupid doll stupid." Right? And then she shoves Alexa Bliss. She walks out of the ring, and as soon as she gets out of the ring, Wes, the lights in the arena start flickering. Right? They start like getting all wonky on us. So then she runs to the back, and there is not a soul in sight. It is as empty as it could be. You would think this place was abandoned. That's how empty it was. Just nobody around, right? This was before they brought fans back when they were doing the Thunderdome and they had all those computers in the audience. So anyway, so they did that, blah, blah, blah. And Shayna runs. Shayna Baszler, Wes, did I mention, is a badass MMA fighter chick. That's legit. And she's running from a fucking doll.
Pretty badassery gimmick then.
That she's running from a doll? That's not badass.
Well, the WWE filmmaker people made it believable.
What? You're gonna defend this shit? Hang on. Let me finish. So she gets into the locker room finally, and she slams the door shut, locks the door, and barricades the door shut. And then she goes and runs into a mirror, looks at herself in the mirror, and right behind her is the doll, sitting on a shelf, right? So she looks back in fear, and the doll is no longer there. And they go off of the air with this, Wes. Lights turn to black. They go to black, or they fade to black, I should say, and you hear Shayna Baszler scream. And that's how we end that episode of Raw. And it's just like, what are we... She's an MMA badass. She shouldn't be running away from dolls. Right?
Yeah.
That's stupid. So you have that going. And there's something else. Here you go, Wes. WWE promotes stuff, but then they don't follow up on their promotion. Case in point. This past Monday night on Raw. Should I say. They promoted The Miz versus John Morrison and Lashley versus Sheamus. Guess what never happened?
The show?
No, the show happened, but they never had Miz versus Morrison or Lashley versus Sheamus. Those matches that they promoted, they never did.
Bummer.
They did, instead they put Sheamus in a triple threat match for the United States title, and they put Lashley in the main event for the Raw Tag Team titles, which both matches were cool, no lie. But they promoted those guys to wrestle each other, Lashley and Sheamus, and they switched it all of a sudden. And then Miz and Morrison gets promoted for a full-on week and then it just doesn't happen with zero explanation. It's like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, anyway, I know you don't really care about wrestling, so I'm going to end the podcast on this note, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're not already, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. I upload every single week. Shout out to my guest, Wes Huntley, for being the guest here. Appreciate you, brother, man. Much love to you. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week. We out.